All right, internet world, it's 4:30 p.m. out here in the mountains. Um, it's Tuesday. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have YogaFit at 4:30s. Mondays and Wednesdays and Saturdays, we have yoga with Jenna Good. We're here streaming on Facebook, a little bit different than usual, thanks to Ryan Wilborn, and we will get through this. It's a wonderful community group. Check it out on Facebook. Everybody's giving something to the community with whatever art or health that they can provide for mental wellness and physical wellness. And we all know that they go hand in hand together. So it's really important to find something that fits you. And we have something for that, surely. So YogaFit is a little bit different than just yoga. It's going to combine. Kurt's joined. All right. Woo. YogaFit's a little bit different. Adding a little bit more of a fitness component to it to try to get some movements that traditional yoga doesn't necessarily get. We're also going to get our heart rate up a little bit more as well. The class is going to be about 75 minutes. We're going to start off with a nice warm-up asana movement. We'll get into a couple of sequences of fitness exercises that'll be timed 30 seconds. I'll tell you when to go, when to stop, and keep you motivated along the way. And then we'll finish off our exercise with yoga again and stretching to cool it down, throwing some back bends there to get a nice full, well-rounded practice. So not necessarily easy, but what in life that's good comes easily? Not much. You'll need light dumbbells, 1 to 3 pounds will do just fine, or some sort of can or some sort of filled thing of liquid to make some weight happen. Just make sure they're even as far as weight goes. A strap, if you need a strap, is okay for maybe reaching the foot if you can't reach the foot in some postures. But if you don't have those, we'll still make it work, and we'll make sure you just activate the muscle group that we're trying to hit instead of having an external resistance there. So we got Kurt, and we have whoever's going to watch us on Facebook Live. Thank you, Ryan, for coming. Let's just first take whatever seat feels comfortable for you. Either it's kneeling on your knees here in Virasana, or you can take a cross-legged, easy-seated position. It's important to arrive, not just get here, but to actually arrive and to be prepared for what's about to come. Close your eyes. Take a few breaths. Inhale and longer exhales. If you do know Ujjayi breathing, try to activate that now by doing the nasal breathing, keeping your mouth closed. This should start to heat the body. Even though it's already pretty hot outside anyways. What brought you here today? Take that word, whatever just came into your head, the first thing that came into your head, and utilize that to help you get through this whole situation, not just today. Let's gently make our way to the top of the mat. We'll start standing. Just to get yourself ready and aware. We're going to be doing a lot of things with the feet. So it's important to ground yourself through the feet, from the arches all the way up. Let's first start by engaging the inner arch. So we're trying to lift the inner arch, creating a slight little bridge underneath. Next, outer ankle activates up and in to lift the outer arch. Now you should be able to slide a credit card underneath the arch there, potentially. Work your way up to the knees. Activate the front of your thighs, gently lifting your kneecaps. Tailbone lengthens down gently to take a little bit of curvature out of your back and activate your abs. Shoulders up, back, and down. Lift your sternum, broaden your collarbones gently. active standing mountain pose here. When we get into a lot of the other postures today, remember the footing. Active feet from the ground up is going to help you to stabilize and also get stronger feet. Inhale, arms overhead, extended mountain pose. Exhale, grab the right wrist with the left hand and hinge over to the left side. Every inhale expands the rib cage. Every exhale, you find a little more side bend. Don't lose the engagement of the feet or the knees or the tailbone. Inhale back to center. Exhale, switch the grip. Right hand grabs left wrist, hinge over to the right, anchoring through the left foot so you don't really lose any of the balance on both feet. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, gently hinge at the hips. Maybe you need to bend your knees here in the beginning. If your hamstrings are feeling a little bit of restriction, right? We're trying to get the hands as close as we can to the floor and relaxing the spine here, creating some space in between your vertebrae. If you bend the knees, you'll have a greater chance to find a nice flat spine, but don't worry, you'll get warmed up enough to feel them a little more straighter later. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine, maybe your fingertips are on the floor. Exhale, plant the hands, step back for plank position. Feet about hip width apart, fingers very wide, actively grabbing your mat and putting a little more weight on the thumb and index side. Slightly push your shoulders away from your mat, creating a little bit of a cat position. Exhale, gently lower yourself all the way down to your mat. Flip onto the top of the feet. Inhale for cobra. Heart opens, tailbone lengthens. Exhale, push hips up and back for your first downward facing dog. Maybe you want to pedal it out a little bit. That's cool. Find the calves opening up. Maybe you wiggle out the ankles a little bit. I like to do that. So we can get the whole chain in, out with the ankles, in, out, straighten, flex the knees. Start to feel the posterior chain warming up here. Inhale, tiptoe the feet all the way back up to the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Let's go ragdoll position. Grab both elbows, find a little more fold here, and try to get more weight toward the balls of the feet so your heels become a little bit lighter. Next inhale, gently rolls your spine up. Last thing to come is your head. Shoulders relax, up, down, and back. Nice, sun salutation A. One more time, a little bit different. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hinge at the to the left, side bend. Grab the right wrist. Inhale, expands the rib cage. Exhale, find a little more side bend. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, cactus the arms. Tailbone lengthens down. Lift your sternum, broaden your collarbones, open your heart, little back bend. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, shift over to the right side, side bend. Right hand grabs left wrist. Don't lose your feet. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, another back bend, cactus the arms, open the heart, tailbone lengthens. Can you get the heart open to the evenness of your ceiling? Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Let's pedal out the feet here in your forward fold. Maybe you lift one heel, lift the other. Get the calves, get the hamstrings. If your hands aren't touching the floor and you have some sort of thing nearby to make the ground taller, that's always a good thing. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back for plank position. Active hands, magnetize back of the wrists to tips of the toes, really activating your core, trying to bring the hands closer to the toes without doing so. Exhale, gently bend the elbows, lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Inhale, flip tops of the feet for cobra pose. Heart opens, tailbone lengthens. Exhale, one more time, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Try to drive your heels down into the floor this time, getting a little more Achilles, calf opening up. Active hands, heart a little bit opening toward the toes. Inhale, tiptoe the feet all the way back up, top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands at your sides, Samasthiti, relax. Let's wiggle out a little bit. I like to wiggle. Wiggle it out. Head wiggles, shoulders wiggle, arms wiggle, wrist wiggle. Maybe you wiggle your hips a little bit. Dance it off. Oh, yeah. All right. All right. Arms overhead. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, step or jump back through chaturanga or step back. Plank. Lower yourself halfway. Inhale, heart open, upward dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Sun salutation B. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step through, low lunge. Let's rock it out a little bit here. Open up the hips. Try to drive through your back heel to activate the front of the thigh. Feeling a little bit more opening in that front hip. Get some deep hip flexion here. Drop the back knee onto the ground. Inhale, arms overhead, low lunge. Tailbone lengthens, right hip swoops back a little bit as your left hip wraps around to square off the hips. Tailbone lengthens down, activate your abs. Exhale, hinge onto the back knee for a half split. Back knee under the back hip, so left knee under the left hip. Right hip back, left hip forward. Right toes actively up toward the knee. Be a little extra in the calf for your hamstrings as you do that. Try to find an open heart. Gently pinching your shoulder blades together in the back. So you don't lead with your head, you lead with your heart. This probably says for a lot of things, actually. Inhale back to your low lunge, arms overhead. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to your plank position. Exhale, halfway down for chaturanga. Inhale, heart opens, upward dog, tailbone down. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Drive through the heels, try to stretch out through the calves a little bit more. Inhale, left leg lifts, all 5 toes point down. Exhale, step through. We'll rock it out a little bit first. Drive through the back heel, feel the hip flexor in the back, gently opening up. Nice. Greasing up your joints here. Drop the back knee on the floor. Inhale, rise up, arms overhead for low lunge. Right hip comes around forward, left hip wraps around back a little bit. Oh, hey, Lisa, Joe, what's up? Jenna just wrote me a note. Good. Open up that hip flexor. If you want to find a little more heart opening, go for it. You'll stretch it out a little bit more. Don't lose your ab engagement. Protect your back. Exhale, hinge onto the back knee for half split. Back knee under the back hip. Hips are square, so right hip a little bit forward, left hip a little bit back. Left toes actively flexing to the knee. Strengthen the front of the shin, stretch the back of the shin. Heart open. In every forward fold, trying to find a little bit of a back bend. So keep a long spine. That's what that'll do for you. Exhale, come back into your low lunge. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, plant the hands. We'll step back through plank position. Exhale, lower yourself halfway for chaturanga. Inhale, open your heart. Upward dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Top of the mat, we'll either step, we'll jump, we'll hop, we'll float, we'll dance, wiggle, shake it, whatever. Whatever you do, do it safely. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands at your side. Samasthiti. Nice work, working our way through this. Inhale, arms overhead once again. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Let's grab the elbows. A little more lengthening in your shoulders here. Inhale, plant the fingers for halfway lift. Exhale, we'll step or jump back to chaturanga this time. Right? Or you step. Inhale, upward dog, tailbone lengthens. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Strong grip on the ground through your fingers. Don't forget about that. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step through for high lunge. Inhale, arms overhead. Back heel drives behind you. Right hip back, left hip forward, tailbone lengthens down, shoulders away from the ears. Trying to find the front knee in line with the second toe and over your ankle. So maybe you have to activate the outside of the hip slightly to find that. Let's bend the back knee, scoop the tailbone under a little bit more, and then extend the back knee once again, drive through the heel. Get a little extra hip flexor opening there as you do that. Inhale, straighten the front leg. We'll exhale, hinge at the hips, long spine for pyramid pose. Right, a little bit of balance to start, a little tightrope action. Trying to keep the hips a little bit square here and push through the big toe mound to the front foot. It'll activate your calf and protect the back of the knee, especially if you're someone who's hypermobile or really flexible. A couple more breaths. Inhale, bend the front knee. Exhale, plant the hands, step back through your vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, heart opens, upward dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step through. Inhale, high lunge. Right hip forward, left hip back. Find alignment of the front knee next to the toe, next to the big one. That's where your knee should be tracking and over the ankle. Maybe you have to activate the outside of the hip here a little bit. Bend the back knee slightly, tailbone lengthens down, and then extend through the heel once again. Find a little extra opening. Shoulders away from the ears, don't forget about that. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips. Reach forward as far as you can. Reach. When you can't reach anymore, hands reach for the floor. Push through the big toe mound to the front foot, squaring off the hips, right hip forward, left hip back potentially. Slightly pinching your shoulder blades in the back, so you have a nice long spine. A couple more breaths. Nice work. Now we're getting a little bit more warm here. Inhale, bend the front knee. Exhale, we'll step back through for your vinyasa, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward dog. Making your way back to the top of the mat. We gaze in between the hands. Inhale, step, jump, or hop forward. Inhale, arms overhead, extended mountain. Whew. Handstands or jumps or whatever are always an option if you want to, just like a child's pose is, right? Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms, tailbone lengthens, heart opens. Maybe you find a little more here than you did on the first one today. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we step or jump back to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, open the heart. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. I don't really ever break down postures too much here in these classes, but make sure when you're doing your chaturangas that your shoulders are not dipping lower than your elbows. If so, you can drop on your knees for your chaturanga. That's great. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bend the right knee and stack the knee over the hip. You get a little three-legged dog open here. Don't let the shoulders come unsquared. Don't lose the down dog position in your upper body just because you're twisting. Try to twist from the mid-back. Inhale, square off the hips. Exhale, we'll step through for warrior two. Pivot on the back foot, heel to heel or heel to arch alignment. Open up towards your left side. Gazing through the middle and index finger of the front hand. Magnetize heels together. Tailbone lengthens under you. Front thigh trying to wrap around, inner thigh wraps up, outer thigh wraps down. And try to bring that hip a little more outward. Lift your arch of the back foot, really anchoring through to protect the inside of that knee. Inhale, flip the right palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior two, and then bend the right elbow. Grab the right elbow with your left hand, finding some tricep opening here. Also lats, side body, and shoulder flexion, helping you for back bends later. Don't lose the foundation of the lunge in your front leg. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, inhale, straightens the front leg. Exhale, shifting forward, we're setting up for extended triangle here.
Reach forward, reach forward, reach forward. You can't reach forward anymore. We tick-tock arms, 6 and 12 o'clock, either on the inside or the outside of the knee, depending on your practice. Stacking the shoulders over one another, tailbone gently lengthening down to the back heel. Lower rib cage wraps up and around to the ceiling. Nice long exhales. Let the breath take you through this. Inhale, bend the front leg for extended side angle. Oh, sorry, I did a triangle before. Extended side angle. Hand or arm on the thigh. Don't dump all your weight into it, or hand on the inside or the outside of your ankle. Arm extended overhead in the same line to the heel. Fingers, wrist, elbow, shoulder, hips, knees, ankle. Nice strong line. If you want to take a bind, let's go for it. If not, still hold your extended side angle, right? We're trying to wrap the underarm underneath the thigh, reaching for the hip behind you. Top arm clasps either the fingers or the wrists. Open the heart, lift your sternum, broaden your collarbones. Gaze up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, release the grip, right back into your extended side angle. Exhale, with the strength of your core, to warrior two. Strong inhale, exhale, cartwheels the hands down to the ground. Take yourself through a vinyasa, chaturanga. Gently lower yourself halfway. Inhale, heart opens, upward dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, stack the knee over the hip by bending the left leg. Trying not to open up your shoulders as well, right? Squaring off the chest to be just like a regular down dog here. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, we'll step through for warrior two. Pivot back foot, heel to heel, or heel to arch alignment, whatever feels best for you. Middle index finger is where your gaze should be in the front hand. Tailbone lengthens underneath you. External rotation of your front thigh. So it's that wrapping around and back to keep the knee tracking over the second toe. Lift the back arch, protect the back knee. Inhale, flip the left palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior two. Bend the top elbow. Right hand comes and grabs the left elbow. Open up through the triceps and your lats. Inhale for warrior two. Exhale. Next inhale, straightens the front leg. Exhale, we shift forward, shift forward, shift forward, shift forward for triangle. 6 and 12 o'clock is where your hands should be. We're creating a bunch of triangles here with your body. Tailbone lengthens underneath you. Lower rib cage wraps up and around. Inhale, bend the front knee. Extended side angle, forearm on top of the thigh, or hand inside or outside of the arch. Depends on your practice. Inhale, extended arm overhead. Don't lose that twist, opening up to the wall with your chest, up to the ceiling. You took the bind, this is the time to do it. Left arm wraps underneath, trying to get your shoulder, armpit underneath your thigh, reaching for the wrist or the hand clasping together. Straighten the top arm, open the heart, gaze up to the ceiling. Couple of breaths, hold your side angle. You got this. Exhale, release. Inhale, works your way back up to warrior two. Exhale, cartwheels the hands back down to the ground. Take your vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, heart opens. Upward dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Nice work. Make your way back to the top of the mat. Step, jump, hop, walk, whatever. Have fun. Most importantly. Whew. It's warm in here today. Nice job. Arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale, active twist toward the right side. Really try to separate your fingers, open your chest, right hip forward, left hip back to keep the hips square. Trying to twist through the lower rib cage where it meets your low back, that junction. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, active twist to the left. Left hip wants to go back. Keep the left hip forward. Gaze toward the back hand. Open your heart. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips. Take a couple twists here. Right hand plants underneath your face. Left leg stays straight. Right leg is bent. Inhale, open up toward the straight leg. Little more IT band stretch here outside of the left leg. Still, chest expansion. Just because you're stretching the leg doesn't mean you should be also trying to find expansion in other places. Exhale, plant the hands down on the ground. Inhale, right leg straight, left leg bent, open up to the right. Exhale, plant the hands down on the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips, flat spine. Exhale, step or jump back. Chaturanga Vinyasa. Inhale, heart opens, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, we step through for warrior one. Pivot the back foot off for about 45 degrees. Hip width apart. Inhale, arms overhead. Shoulders away from the ears. Tailbone gently lengthens down. Left hip tries to wrap around forward, but find a square-ish of the hips. Lift the back arch, pushing through the pinky edge of the back foot to protect that knee. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, square off the hips as best as you can, and hinging forward, reach, reach, reach for the wall. Can't reach anymore. Hands plant down. Another hamstring stretch. 3 different hamstrings. It's important to get them at all angles. Something that's really important in inversions, handstands, is hamstring opening to even get there. A couple more breaths. Inhale, bend the front leg. Exhale, find your hands toward the corner of your mat. We'll reach as far as you can. Reach, hips go back, hips go back. Try to find a little more bend. Because your hands are counterbalancing you, you can get a little deeper than usual here. Just find some deeper hip flexion, a little bit opening up in that back groin. Inhale, pivot on the top of the back foot and plant the hands to frame the front foot. Exhale, we'll step back for plank through your vinyasa, chaturanga. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, heart opens, tailbone lengthens, up dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Drive through the heels, downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step through. Oops, my bad. Ha, tricked ya. Left leg lifts. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, we step through. Pivot on the back foot, right foot for warrior one. Inhale, arms overhead. Ha. Simon didn't say. Tailbone lengthens down. Try to lift the back arch, feeling it in like a groin hip flexor stretch of the back leg. Squaring off the hips, shoulders away from the ears. It's a really nice way to stretch the hip flexors that unless you do warrior ones, you're not hitting this muscle group. Inhale, we straighten the front leg. Exhale, we hinge at the hips, long spine, reaching for the wall. Reach, reach, reach. And then hands plant down on the floor. Shoulders pinching a little bit in the back. Have a nice long spine. Push into the big toe mound of the front foot. Protect the back of that knee. Inhale, bend the front leg. We'll exhale, reach for the corner, the right corner of your mat. Reach, reach, and then the hips go back a little bit more than they did before. Finding a little more opening in the back groin, the hip, flexion of the front leg, a little deeper. Inhale, we pivot on the toes of the back foot and frame the front foot. Exhale, step back, plank, lower yourself through chaturanga. Inhale, heart opens, upward dog. Exhale, flip the feet, hips up and back, downward dog. Nice work. Make way back top of the mat, however you do it. Gaze between the hands, inhale, I lift. Exhale, I plant. Inhale, arms overhead. Whew. Release. Almost through this. We got twists coming up. The twists, we're gonna add on an arm bounce. So get prepared for the twisted crow. That's what we're gonna add on here. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, flat spine. Exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Sometimes I go fast, sometimes I don't. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, let's step through. Left hand stays where it is, pretty much even with the back foot underneath the left shoulder. Inhale, open up the right arm toward the right thigh. Don't lose your squaring off of the hips here just because you're twisting. Trying to find the knee stacked over the ankle. Hips are pretty square. Open up through the heart. Open up through your chest. Expand. Hey, Pashi. Inhale with the strength of your core for active lunge twist. Nice. Drive through the back heel. Find your balance here. Hands at heart center. And then we'll exhale. Find a twist. Tricep comes on the outside of the right thigh or the armpit. Hands push into each other to find the palms at sternum center or heart center. Open up the arms if possible. A couple of breaths. Don't let the twist decrease your breath. Inhale, back to palm center, heart center. Exhale, plant the hands down on the ground. We'll step back, plank, position, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Nice work. Same thing other side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, you step through. Right hand stays on the floor. Pretty much same line underneath your right shoulder. Inhale, open up to the left. Don't lose that lunge, front leg. Drive into the hand on the floor, root down to rebound up to the sky. Squaring off the hips, right hip forward, left hip back. Active twist. Inhale with the strength of your core, getting taller here. Don't lose your lunge foundation. Extend through the fingertips. Hands at heart center. Exhale, tricep or armpit on the outside of the left thigh. Press the palms into center to find deeper twist. If we took the arms opening, inhale. Don't let the twist decrease your exhales and your inhales. Make some space. Hands come back to heart center. We'll gently release back down. Frame the front foot with your hands. Step back, plank. Exhale, halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, flip the feet, upward dog. Exhale, flip the feet again, downward dog. Let's tiptoe the feet all the way back up top of the mat. We're gonna do inhale, arms overhead. We got chair with side crow play. We didn't do regular crow today, but that's all good. We're doing chaturangas to prepare your arms, to prepare yourself for the positioning. The side crow, we wanna, or a lot of these arm balances, we're trying to find the chaturanga arms to create a ledge for your legs to be on, right? So we did twists already. You should be a little bit more prepared for this. We're gonna start with chair. Let's put the feet together. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, sink some weight into your heels as you bend your knees and hinge slightly at the hips. Tailbone lengthens gently as you open your heart just a little bit more. Tailbone lengthens, heart opens, sink into the squat a little bit deeper, deeper. Hands at heart center. Deeper squat, and you can't go any more deep. We twist to the left, right tricep on the outside of the left thigh. Come onto the tippy toes, bending the heels into the butt. We'll plant the hands on the side of the mat. Use your back elbow on the side of the left hip and the right elbow on the side of the left thigh, right? Create a shelf. We gaze up, inhale, pivot the thigh on the arm. That's gonna help you lift, lift. Keep playing with it, even if it's for a second, or even if you're just trying, that's all good, right? We gotta practice, we gotta start somewhere. Exhale, release onto the tippy toes. Inhale, rise up. Okay, there's always one side, a little bit different. I have a big cut on the side of my leg, so right side's gonna be a little bit weird for me, but you probably can try it too. All right, same thing, other side. Toes together. Inhale for chair pose, arms overhead. Exhale, sink into the hips, tailbone lengthens, heart opens. Find deeper squat, hands at heart center. Left tricep on the outside of the right knee. Onto the tippy toes to help the heels come closer to the butt. You plant the hands on the ground. Right elbow will come to the outside of the right hip. The tricep almost on the ribs. Left elbow on the outside of the left or the right thigh. We pivot and we look up. If you look down, greater chance of going down. Play with it. A few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Release. Nice. Whew. Let's just do a couple of unwinding postures from the twist. Wide legs. Wide-legged forward fold. That's where we're going. Slightly rotate the toes in. The heels come a little bit out. Exhale. Hinge forward at the hips. Right? And then once we find as far as we can go, the wider the legs are, the closer the ground will be, right? So that's one reason, that's one way to get lower. Clasp the hands behind you, fingers engaged together, palms touch, elbows long. Exhale, inhale. Exhale is trying to find a little more opening through the shoulders. Inhale is a little lift. Exhale, a little deeper. Open your heart. Broaden your collarbones. Spread the front of your chest. Inhale, place the hands back on the floor. We'll exhale into the left leg for Skandasana or side lunge. Chest up, hips back. Maybe you reach forward to counterbalance to get the hips back a little bit more. We're trying to keep the pinky of the right foot on the floor. So lifting that arch. Inhale back to center. Exhale, shift into the right thigh. Bend the right knee. Push into the pinky of the left foot to keep that arch lifted and protect the left knee. Inhale, back to center. Exhale into the left. This time, lift off the toes onto the heel. Try to find a little more depth in the hip. A little more hip flexion. A little more groin opening there. Inhale, back to center. Exhale into the right leg, lifting off the left heel. A little bit deeper this time, potentially. Chest up, hips back. Good posture all the time. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, find your forward fold. Inhale, gently rise up. Time for a sip of water. Ooh. Water break, if you need it. Give you about 30 seconds. I can find mine. All right. Okay. So we need light dumbbells. Light dumbbells. That's about it, and yourself. All right. Everything we're gonna do today is timed for 30 seconds each exercise. So don't worry too much about counting reps unless you wanna count and make sure it's even for you, right? We have shoulder work with balance. Everything we do this first round for the warriors will be in the left leg. We're gonna do an exercise and then core in between to give your leg a little bit of a break. The first exercise that we have, warrior three with eye position of the arms. So what that is, right? First, we find our footing like we did at the beginning of the day. Staff position. We'll exhale your way into warrior three. Hips are square. All 5 toes of the back foot rotate down. Chest open. With your light weights, we inhale, arms overhead. Try to find biceps by your ears for 30 seconds. Slow and controlled here. You can bend the front knee or the balancing knee if you need to. Get ready. Time starts in 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds. Arms overhead. If you drop out of the balance, that's all good. You'll find it again. Controlled, slow. Don't go too fast to where you throw yourself out of balance here. Good work. Not an easy movement here, right? If you need to, you can always take this into a bent over eye, like a chair bent over. 3, 2, 1, relax. Sorry, option would have been this. You could utilize that position for the rest of the exercises as well. Navasana hold. 30 seconds of boat hold. Chest open, knees 90 degrees or straight legs. 30 seconds starts in 3, 2, 1. Hold. Heart opens, hands even with the shoulders. Maybe you straighten the knees and point the toes. And you point the toes to make it look pretty. Stay with it. Ten seconds. Keep holding it. Don't drop. If you need to, just use your hands to keep you lifted. Stay in it. 3, 2, 1. Hey, relax. Nice work. All right. Warrior three, same leg. Left leg or the bent over position, right? For Y's this time. Same thing, coming just a little bit wider, right? Into a Y. Scapula, your shoulder blade, does the activation of the movement. Get ready. Time starts in 3, 2, 1. Warrior three, Y. Wider position, thumbs up. Shoulder blades pinch down and together. All 5 toes of the floating foot should be facing the floor. Stay with it. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Hiya. Good stuff. Alternating V-ups. So that's legs long, body long, reach for the foot, long leg, alternate feet. Bending the knees an option, or crunches here without lifting all the way up is an option. If your neck bothers you, hands behind the head. 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Alternate. Heart open. Don't reach and round, right? Long spine. All these long spine cues will eventually be second nature. Stay with it. Long leg, if possible. You're almost there. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Hiya. Woo. All right. Last warrior 3 on this leg. With a T. So the T is either knuckles together or thumbs together, right? We're going this direction, right? Wrist, elbow, shoulder, same plane. Left leg balances. Find your warrior 3 in 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds. Don't forget about squaring off the hips. Right hip comes down a little bit. All 5 toes face the floor. Stay with it. Last one on this left leg. Three, 2, 1. Ah, nice. Short break here. We got one more exercise before we get back to the top. Plank malasana. So kind of like a burpee, but not. So plank, right? That's what we start with. Option 1, step wide, sink into the hips, right? And then we step back. Other foot goes forward next, or we pop into it, chest up, hips back, right? Pop. Ready? 30 seconds. Gonna get the heart rate up. Time starts in 3, 2, 1. Plank malasana. Feet come on the outside of your mat or at the edge. Use this as core and shoulders, but also open up the hips a little bit, right? Actively. Gently. Don't let the back cave in as you jump back. 3, 2, 1, break. All right, back to the top here. Whew. All the things, again, but right leg for the warrior 3s. Now that we know what's up, we can get through a little bit quicker. Warrior 3, I position for the first one. Right foot on the ground. Inhale, lift left leg. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Warrior 3, I position. Arms, trying to find biceps by the ears. Whoa. One side is going to be different. Usually is. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Nice. I know that wasn't easy. Eyes are the hardest one, I believe. Navasana, hold for 30. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Legs bent, heart open, we hold. Option, straighten the legs if you can. Point the toes. Stay with it, you're almost there, less than 10 seconds. Hold it, come on. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, nice work. You can vinyasa yourself through if you want, or step back to the top, back again. Warrior threes with Ys, right? Or the bent over, hinged position. 30 seconds, starts in 3, 2, 1, Y. Shoulder blades, doing the work mostly. Elbows should be locked mostly here. Stay with it. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Hey, good burn. Like it. All right, we're doing great. Alternating V-ups. Option, bend the knees, or option, just crunch. Option, behind the head with the hands if your neck hurts. Arms long, body long. 30 seconds in. 3, 2, 1. Alternate. Leg lift. No twist. Just reach. Heart open. Shoulders plug back a little bit. Yeah, it makes it a little bit harder, but you're getting stronger. It's okay. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Almost through this. First block. Nice work. You guys are killing it. I'm sure you are. I'm feeling a little bit warm, so I know you are too. Warrior threes, T position, right? Inhale, staff position. Look at my timer. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, warrior three. T's. Right? Either palms kind of touch or thumbs touch. You can go pinkies up, right? You can change it up as long as you're doing the same movement. I like the pinkies up for some reason. Because we're fancy. That's why. 3, 2, 1. Always the last one. Getcha. It's mental. Plank malasana. Remember, it doesn't have to be super duper fast. Yeah, move, but sink into the malasana for a second. Feel the hips opening, right? All right, plank, malasana. When you jump back, don't let your arch, your back cave in, right? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Chest up, hips back, sink in, open it up, wider the feet, and the feet turn out. You'll be able to get a little bit deeper if your hips are less mobile than you would like them to be. But keep doing it. You'll get there. The hips are one of those things that hold so much tension because they're supposed to be super stable. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Nice. That's the big one. A little bit of a shorter sequence coming up. But before that, let's do some handstands. All right, we're gonna do handstands from, since we warm up the hamstrings a lot, from standing split. So, and we just warrior three, so that makes sense, right? So from staff position, we exhale our way through warrior three, all the way down to the floor, bending the knee if you need to. Hands super strong. Your fingers are your brakes here, right? And this bottom leg will never come overhead. Use it as your anchor. So it looks like this, right? That bottom leg, anchor to bring you back down. We're gonna play with it. I'll give you 30 seconds on this one side, and then we'll go 30 seconds on the other side, right? Time starts to play in 3, 2, 1. Left leg is your balancing leg, and then we find your way to standing split. The closer the foot is, the more stacked you are to start, the less work you gotta do to get up. A little bit of a fling though, right? A little bit, but not too much. All right, the bottom leg is your anchor. Three, 2, 1. Little child's pose. I always forget that after handstands, you shouldn't go right up. You can get dizzy. It's better to stay down for a couple of breaths. And then make your way back up. All right. Now we can be up. You're probably not dizzy this time. Same thing, other side, right? Standing split, trying to get the foot as close as you can to the hands. So good stacking, right? Exhale your way into it, and then we'll play on you, right? Right foot is your anchor. Three, 2, 1. Child's pose. Didn't forget that time. I know if you did a handstand and you're like, I got excited, you probably jumped up and you got dizzy. It's okay, you'll learn. All right. We got a quick block here, and then we'll stretch it out. I just want to get, we're gonna do some push-ups and reverse mountain climbers twice. So we got push-up to down dog because it is YogaFit. So we like to incorporate as much verbiage as possible. Right? Push-up, you can be chaturanga push-up to down dog, or you can be wider push-up to down dog. Up to you. We're gonna do it twice anyways. 30 seconds. Get ready. I'll also option push up on the knees and then up to down dog. Time starts in 3, 2, 1. Push up, hips up and back, down dog. Same thing. If you're pushing up, right, don't let your shoulders come lower than your elbows. Protect your shoulders. No need for that in this exercise. Sometimes you can. It's okay. Just not right now. Stay with it. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right, to counteract that, reverse mountain climbers or reverse tabletop knee lifts. It's a heart opener and a back body strengthener. The hands will come under or slightly behind the shoulders. I like to have my fingertips face my heels. You can do whatever other version of your hands you want. but have the weight on these three fingers, thumb, index, and middle. Protect your wrists. Feet plant about 90 degrees at the knees. We lift, alternate, knee drive. Heart opens. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Lift as high as you can. Open your heart. Drive knee opposite. Drive through the heel on the floor to activate your glutes, back body. This is helping for your back bends that we're going to do just a couple minutes. Open the heart. Drive through the hips. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Release. All right, those two same exercises one more time. Didn't want to do this before, handstands, because you'd have been like, oh, that sucks, my shoulders are tired. All right, push up to down dog, option wide or close or middle, it's all good. Get ready. Push up, down dog, and 3, 2, 1, plank, push up, down dog. You'll probably have to flip onto the toes a little bit. That's normal. Just because of the moving. Unless you can rock on the tips of the toes, that's going to push you way more forward, just harder. Working them shoulders, front of the shoulders, triceps, pecs. Stay with it. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Release. Nice work. All right. Final exercise before we take it down. One more time, mountain climbers, reversed. Lift in 3, 2, 1. Hips up, open the heart, drive, drive, drive. Powerful, right? Core, get that power. It's stable, it's strong. And open your heart here. You got this. Last power exercise of the day. Don't lose your grip on the ground with your fingers. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Woo. Nice job. I know it wasn't easy. I just did it with you. Good job. All right. After the push-ups, let's stretch it out the chest. A wall, a tree, the side of the couch, whatever. Chest stretch. You have one of those nearby. Elbow on the wall, palm gripping the side of the wall. Left arm comes behind the back, and then we rotate away from the wall. Hips rotate away from the wall. Open up the chest. You know you gotta throw in some push-ups in there. 3, 2, 1, gently release. Same thing, other side. Right hand comes behind the back, like a half bind. Arm on the wall, pivot away from the edge of the wall, opening up through the chest. You can play with the arm position, right? Rib cage down, tailbone lengthens. Prepping you for the back bends. And release. Wall shoulder flexion, or your tree, or your couch. If you're on the couch, maybe you got to go on the knees, right? Hands about even with the shoulders. We'll have the feet under or slightly behind the hips, dropping the heart through the arms, slightly pinching your shoulder blades together in the back to help find opening underneath your armpits, through your chest, and a little bit of a back bend here as well. Back bends should happen from below the rib cage, where that low back and kind of rib cage area happens. Not in the low back. And gently release. All right, I'm gonna come down back to the mat. Let's set up for camel. So this is a chest opener. Mostly, people think camel's a back bender or a back opener. Yeah, okay, a little bit, but it's more about opening the chest than it is a back bend here, right? Camel position. Standing on the knees, tailbone lengthens under you, either on the top of the feet will be further away, or tips of the toes makes the heels a little bit closer. Tailbone lengthens, thighs rotate inward to create more space in the low back. Place the palms of the hands in the back pockets, and then try to bring the elbows a little bit closer together. Broaden your collarbones, lift through your sternum, gently push the hips forward, push them forward as you open the heart and reach for the heels. Once you reach the heels, you can try to wiggle your fingers a little bit deeper, deeper, push the hips forward, open the heart, spread the chest, and gaze up if it's okay in your neck. Don't lose your tailbone. Inhale, release, activate your abs, and exhale, send into the knees. All right, we're gonna do bridge and wheel because it's the Mac daddies. Mac daddies are the back benders, at least for me. All right, bridge, what we got? Try to touch the heels with the fingers, kind of like the camel, right? Really, this is the same thing as a camel if you think about it. I never thought about it until now. But I wonder why they go hand in hand, right? Open the heart, tailbone lengthens to the knees. Push the hips a little bit up to the ceiling. Can you grab the fingers and bind the hands together and scoop the shoulders under you a little bit more? Push into the triceps to open your heart. Exhale, gently release, remove the grip. This next time, we can do bridge again, or we can get the full wheel if that's within your practice, or you want to try it even. Just make sure if you want to try it and it's a struggle for you, that's cool, whatever. At some point, it's going to be. Most importantly, tailbone staying lengthened down to the knees to protect your low back, right? And with the shoulders, just really trying to extend through the elbows so we can protect and activate. Okay, bridge position, fingers touch the heels. Make sure you're about hip-ish or a little bit wider apart. Place the hands on the side of the ears, elbow points up to the ceiling. We'll inhale, lift the hips, exhale, inhale, flip onto the top of the head. Maybe you readjust the hands, exhale, inhale, push, extend through the elbows, drive through the heels. Don't let the toes turn outwards. It's been a week since I did a back bend because I hurt my leg. You could feel it. Three, two, one, chin to chest. Exhale your way back down gently. Man, back bends are the best. Love them. All right, let's get a little twist on the ground here. What time is it? Perfect. Right knee into chest. We'll exhale, right knee goes across body, shifting onto the left hip. Twist. Try to reach your left hand more away from the mat. That'll help you to get both shoulder blades more easily on the mat. So you can find that nice twist. Inhale, knee comes into chest. Exhale, release and switch. Inhale, left leg comes in. We exhale, shift onto the right hip, twisting left knee over across the body. Reach with your right hand a little further away. You try to shift both shoulder blades on the ground. If you're finding a struggle with keeping the twist, hand can come on the outside of the thigh. We all have asymmetries, and that's all right. The body is built asymmetrically. If you think about it, it really is. We have one heart on the left side of our body. Just right there, we're asymmetrical. There's a lot of things on the inside that are not symmetrical. But you won't know where your deficiencies may lie unless you explore. In yoga and fitness and movement, whatever it is, whatever you choose, it's an exploration to learn, to self-practice, to self-study yourself. Inhale, left knee comes into chest. Bring both knees into chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Rock your body up. Rock it up to a seated position. We'll extend the legs forward. First, find your Dandasana, or seated staff pose. Arms overhead, feet flexing to the knees, active quads, Paschimottanasana. Exhale, forward fold, leading with your heart. Heart open, heart open, heart open. When you can't find any more open heart as you hinge, hands come wherever they might find, on the outside of the feet, outside of the calves, underneath your knees, but find a long spine, most importantly. You can also peace finger bind or wrap hands around feet. Go for it. Inhales, lengthen your spine. Exhales, a little more forward fold. Inhales, lengthen, make you taller. Exhales, we fold. Inhale, gently bring yourself up. Exhale, lay onto your back. We'll do reclined figure four here instead of regular pigeon. I don't think I could anyways with my cut. Thread the needle, hands between the left leg, right ankle on left knee. Tailbone stays on the ground. And we'll switch up the grip, switch up the sides. Left ankle comes on the outside or on the top of the right knee. We thread the needle. And gently release both knees back down onto the ground. Let's windshield wiper out the legs a little bit. Just open up that low back a little bit more. If there's anything else you feel like you need to do before Shavasana, go for it. If not, this is our time to let the body recover and understand that we are done. Reap the benefits. Let the body return to normal baseline. Gently bring some movement back into your ankles and your toes, your wrists and your fingers. Feet together, arms overhead like you just woke up from a nice, relaxing nap. Roll over to one side, whatever is your favorite, for fetal position, just for a breath or two. Using the arm like a pillow. Press into the offhand to push you back up to a seated position of your choice. Thank you for being here today. And those who didn't make it today but will watch this later, thank you for watching this later as well. I hope to bring all of you together in this health and fitness to help us get through these different times. This is our offering to you. And thank you for being able to give me a vehicle to offer this to you and to others as well. I'm grateful for you and everybody who will ever be a part of our lives. Let's inhale. We're going to exhale, and then we'll inhale for Om. Let it all out. Om. Namaste. I see the light in every one of you, and I hope that we can all see the light in each other and as a whole, as the world. I want to thank We Will Get Through This. Check out their Facebook. Tons of beautiful content to help your well-being, mind, soul, body. Also, we are Feel Good Yoga and Wellness on Facebook. And if you are able to donate to the cause, at Feel Good Yoga on Venmo, FEELGOODE Yoga on Venmo. We're here Monday, yoga, Tuesday, YogaFit, Wednesday, yoga, Thursday, YogaFit, and Saturday, 10 a.m., bomb yoga class, wake up your morning. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comments. I'm here. Have a beautiful day. Hope you feel better than you did before you started. Good job, good job.